Hi, welcome back to the Polymer Clay channel. I've done some Among Us characters in the past, but someone has asked me to do the actual dead body. So I had to do some bit of research from what I'd done before because I'd forgotten. It's been a while, so apologies. I have just got around to making it and I'm going to show you that in a little second. But first of all, I just want to show you the little one that I'm going to go by. So this is the one that I created a little while ago. So here's the one with the flamingo hat on, and I'm going to recreate him, hopefully a bit better this time. So here we go. So firstly, what can you notice? Is it nice and light? And it is, because it's still daylight outside. And I can't be more happy about this because I do struggle sometimes with my lighting. A few people have made, a few constructive comments, but yeah, I try to keep as light as possible. I've got so many lights here, it's absolutely crazy, but I'm happy to say it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I finally have a light source that isn't with a plug. So I've got everything out that I'm going to use today. I'll quickly go through that. I've got a huge, great big blob, ball of a mix of red, pink and all sorts that I had left over. And I've got an awful lot of it, so I thought I might as well bring the whole lot out. Then I've got some, this is like a granite sort of look, so it's like, it's going to look like a floor or concrete or something. It's really handy for bases and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do the base out of. Then I've got a purple, I'm not sure which one's going to be the dead body yet, but I think possibly the purple. This one's for the little screen. And then finally I'm going to do a flamingo hat because I thought that was so cute, so I'm going to do that again. I've got chalk here. Now I'm going to use the chalk with liquid clay or liquid Fimo, and I'm going to make the blood from this. Yeah, there's going to be blood. So I'll show you how I do that. So this is for the base, just to make it easy. I can make bases round, but I'm just going to do this for quickness. And then I've got all of my normal tools. Some of these I don't use as they're intended, so I poke things with them sometimes or move things. These are really handy to have. So these are called dotting tools, my little paintbrush, craft knife, tissue blade, and my little scoopy for the glitter. So moving on to the glitter and mica powder, I've just got the coordinating colours really. So I've got some red here, I've got some purple, and then purple, red, and then blue for the screen. So this is all coordinating this time. And I promise you I'm going to use them all because I've been careful this time. Okay, so this is what I'm starting with. So here we go. Okay, so that's my base done. I recommend working on a tile that you can move. The reason for that is then you can turn it round and work on a bit and then bring it back. You haven't got to then pick it up from something you can't move. Okay, I'm going to start on the dead body. So first of all, because this is white, I'm going to do this first. So this is going to be the bone. So roll a log like this, and at the end just create a little V shape out of that. And that will give you a good starting point to make the bone shape. And soften the edges all the way around so you can see it on both sides. And then pinch just a little bit further down from here to get the thinner sort of shape. And obviously you don't need whole bone, so I'm going to cut it there and then just use a softer tool just to give it a bit more of a shape. So there's the bone shape. Might be a little big, but I've done it already so that I can come back to this and not have to wash my hands so many times. Because that does get to be a bit of a pain. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and then I'm going to make the body. Now to make the proportions of the body, you're going to need a whole body first and then you can cut it in half. Rather than trying to make half a body, it's best to start with a whole one. Okay, the best way to make the feet is to just cut a triangle. And obviously it's the triangle you don't want, so knock that away. And then just for match, cut the same length or roughly, and then just soften the edges. Okay, so now you've got the full body. Now you're going to cut it in half. Okay, I've got a bit of gold here, and this is just Fimo effects. I'm just going to press it down, and you'll notice that it cracks slightly around the edges. That's the look that I want. I want it to look broken. Now let's go back to this bone. Make sure it's the right size, which I think it is. Trim it off. the bone in place, press down, and you have one dead body. So now I've put that one aside, I'm just going to create the other one. Okay, so this is for the screen. So just roll it like this, nice rounded edge either side, and then press down, and then just put it to the right size that you want. Give it a slight bend, and then pop it on. Okay, so I had to bake this because it wasn't behaving. So this wouldn't stand and this wouldn't stay together. So what I'm going to do now is just pop this together with a tiny bit of glue. Now the reason why I've baked this first is so that this, I can push that into this soft clay, and that gives it a bit more security when it's in the clay, and then it will stay put. So I pressed it down a little bit so it's going to stay where it is now. And now I'm going to create the knife. Okay, this is the really messy part. So this is liquid Fimo. So liquid Fimo comes out clear, or as near as clear it can be. I've got some on here already. I'm just going to put it straight on my tile. And it's quite sticky, so it, as I said, this is going to be a fairly messy part. So what I'm going to do now is just add some colours. So I'm going to start with this red. Now I'm going to add some chalk for extra colour, little tiny bit of tiny bit of dark, and then some brown. Give that a mix. Just going to scrape this all closer together. Make sure it's all mixed in, and that's quite a good colour, so I'm going to stay with that. Hope you enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun, as I always do. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to keep it on this little tile here because it's easier to show you. So there is the red one, the imposter with his flamingo hat, and then if I hold it still here, you can see the knife there with the blood, and then finally the dead body with the bone. As I said, I had a lot of fun with this because it's nice to work with liquid clay because it's just different, and it's really cool to work with. So and yeah, how many times in the world do you get asked to make blood out of clay? So I had fun, and there you go. So this is how you create an Among Us crewmate from Polymer clay with a dead body. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Polymer clay, is that what it is? An Among Us character. What? I got giggles. So this is how you create so this is how you create crewmate. It's a crewmate. Yeah, it's a crewmate. Creating crewmate. This is how you do it.